What if the universe isn't out there, but inside you? Every atom in your body remembers the first explosion of creation. When you breathe, the cosmos breathes with you. Maybe you're not looking at the universe. Maybe you're how it sees itself. Tonight, we'll drift through 30 more quiet mysteries of the universe. Gentle stories of time, light, and the strange beauty of existence. This is Calm Science, a slow exploration of everything we are, and everything that's still unknown. Welcome back to the Night Library. Fact 1. The universe might be conscious. There's a quiet idea growing among physicists and philosophers that the universe might not just exist, but know that it exists. It sounds impossible at first. We're used to thinking of consciousness as something rare, fragile, trapped inside brains. But what if awareness isn't a product of matter, but a property of it? This idea is called panpsychism. It suggests that the fabric of reality itself, atoms, stars, even the space between them, might possess the faintest glimmer of experience. Not thought, not language, but something deeper. A kind of cosmic sensing. In this view, consciousness didn't appear with humans. It was always there, woven into the universe from the very beginning, growing more complex as matter organized itself into galaxies, planets, and finally, us. If true, we are not observers of the universe. We are its awakening. Our thoughts, our memories, our curiosity about the stars. These are the universe becoming aware of its own existence. When you look at the night sky, the light you see has traveled for billions of years, only to meet your eyes in this exact moment. And in that meeting, between a photon and a mind, the universe recognizes itself. Carl Sagan once said, "We are a way for the cosmos to know itself." Maybe he wasn't being poetic. Maybe he was describing the oldest truth there is, that awareness isn't something we hold, but something we share. Perhaps, somewhere in the deep silence between stars, the universe is dreaming, and we are the dream. Fact 2. Every second, a new star is born somewhere. In the time it takes to breathe, somewhere in the universe, a star is being born. Every second, in the vast darkness, gravity pulls clouds of dust and hydrogen together until they ignite small fires in the cosmic sea. They flare into life quietly, no louder than a sigh in the void. Astronomers estimate that on average, a new star forms every second, not in one place, but across billions of galaxies, each with its own rhythm of birth and death. Some stars live fast and die violently, exploding in supernovas that forge the elements of worlds. Others burn slowly for trillions of years, their light outlasting entire civilizations. Right now, somewhere far beyond your sight, a newborn star's light is leaving its home. A journey so long, it won't reach any eyes for millions of years. By the time it does, the star itself may already be gone. But its light will carry proof that creation never stops. It just changes form. The universe isn't static or cold. It's alive in its own vast tempo, beating like a heart too big for us to feel. Every second, a new ember flickers on in the dark. A reminder that even in endless emptiness, life continues to find a way to glow. Fact 3. There are more invisible galaxies than visible ones. When you look up at the night sky, you see maybe a few thousand stars. A telescope reveals billions more, but even that is only the surface. For every galaxy we can see, there may be dozens we cannot, hidden in the gravity wells of dark matter. Astronomers call them dark galaxies, vast clusters of stars and gas that emit little or no light. They drift unseen, shaping the universe like invisible hands. We know they exist because of the way their gravity bends light from galaxies behind them. It's as if we're seeing their shadows cast on the fabric of space. Dark matter makes up about 85% of all matter in existence, yet no one knows what it is. It doesn't glow, reflect, or interact with ordinary light. And still, it sculpts everything, from the motion of stars to the shape of galaxies. Some scientists imagine these hidden worlds as ghostly reflections of our own, cosmic siblings we can never touch. Others suggest that if we could see them, the universe would look almost unrecognizable. Not a sea of black dotted with stars, but a glowing lattice of light and shadow intertwined. So the next time you look up, remember, what you see isn't the universe. It's its visible whisper. The true cosmos, the greater one, moves silently in the dark, just beyond our eyes. If you're still awake, you're one of us, a quiet traveler beneath the stars. I'd love to know where you're listening from right now. Your city, your country, maybe even what time it is there. Please share it in the comments. It helps me imagine our constellation of listeners, scattered across the world, each glowing softly in the same night sky. And if you enjoy calm stories like this, please like and subscribe. It helps keep the candles burning here in the Night Library. Fact 4. The universe could be finite, yet with no edge. Infinity is comforting. It tells us there's always more, that the universe stretches forever. But modern cosmology whispers something stranger. The universe might be finite and still have no edge. Imagine walking around Earth. You can travel endlessly, but never fall off. The surface curves back into itself. Now imagine space doing the same thing. Not just in 2 dimensions, but in 3, or even more. In this model, if you traveled far enough in one direction, you might eventually end up where you started. Not because you turned around, but because space itself folds like a loop. This doesn't make the universe small. It could still contain billions of galaxies and span unfathomable distances. But it means there is no outside, no border, no wall, no final frontier. When we ask, what's beyond the edge of space? The answer might simply be, more space, bending back on itself. It's a humbling thought. The universe could be limited in size, but infinite in experience. A cosmic hall of mirrors, where light, time, and matter flow endlessly through their own reflection. Maybe that's why the night sky feels so strange. Because when we stare into it long enough, we might be looking at the same stars from the other side of forever. Fact 5. The color of the universe changes. If you could step outside the Milky Way and look at all the light in the cosmos at once, you'd see something surprising. The universe has a color. Billions of years ago, it was a soft turquoise, glowing with the heat of newborn stars. Now, after eons of expansion and cooling, that color has faded into a pale beige light. Astronomers call it the cosmic latte. It's the average hue of the universe, the shade of ancient starlight stretched thin by time. In a few trillion years, it will fade even further as the last stars die and galaxies drift apart. The universe will dim from gold to gray to black. But for now, we exist in a gentle in-between, a soft glow of cosmic dusk. It's easy to forget, as we go about our lives under blue skies, that we live inside a painting's still changing colors. Every sunrise, every sunset, is the universe retelling its story in light. And for this brief moment, a fraction of eternity, it has chosen to shine in warmth and memory, the color of everything it has ever loved. Fact 6. The sky you see is the past. Every time you look up at the stars, you're not seeing the present. You're looking into memory. Light travels fast, about 186,000 miles per second. But the universe is large beyond imagination. Even light needs time to cross it. The glow of the moon left it just over a second ago. Sunlight, 8 minutes. The nearest star, 4 years. And the faint galaxies you glimpse through a telescope? Their light began its journey hundreds of millions, even billions of years ago. That means the sky above you is not now. It's a time machine. Some of the stars you see tonight no longer exist. Their light is the last trace of what once was, the afterimage of creation. Still traveling, still shining, long after the source has gone dark. Astronomers call this the look-back time, and it's one of the strangest gifts of physics. When you gaze at the night sky, you're not just observing the universe, you're witnessing its autobiography, written in starlight. And yet, in a quiet paradox, the same is true of us. Every photograph, every memory, every heartbeat reflected in another's eyes. They're all light delayed in time. So when you look at the stars tonight, remember, you're seeing ghosts. But you're also one of them, a flicker of light, on its way through eternity. Fact 7. Some stars orbit each other for eternity. Not all stars are alone. Many live in pairs, locked together in endless, silent motion. Astronomers call them binary systems. Two suns circling a shared center of gravity. Their balance perfect, their rhythm eternal. Some drift far apart, like cautious dancers, their light crossing vast distances before meeting again. Others spin so close, they share the same outer layer of gas, their atmospheres blending into one another, like two flames merging in the dark. These duets can last billions of years. Some end in harmony, others in catastrophe. One star collapsing into a black hole, its partner drawn into the abyss. Yet even then, their bond persists. Scientists have found pairs where a dead star, a neutron remnant only miles wide, still orbits the ghost of its former companion. A cosmic love story written in gravity and light. If you look at the night sky and see a single shining point, chances are it's not one star, but 2 or even 3, locked in that slow celestial waltz. We often think of the universe as lonely, but perhaps it isn't. Perhaps it too seeks companionship, forever circling itself, in the quiet dance of stars. Fact 8. There are clouds in space bigger than our solar system. It sounds impossible, but out there, between the stars, float clouds of gas and dust, so vast that our entire solar system could vanish inside one. One of them, in the constellation Aquila, is known as Sagittarius B2, a molecular cloud 150 light-years wide, and rich in some of the strangest chemistry in the cosmos. Inside, astronomers have found complex organic molecules, the building blocks of life, and even traces of alcohol. If you could somehow breathe there, the scent would be faintly sweet, like raspberries and rum, a fragrance made of stardust. These clouds are cosmic wombs. From their depths, gravity shapes new suns, new worlds, new beginnings. The same way rain clouds gather and burst on Earth, these star clouds collapse and ignite, turning mist into fire. So somewhere right now, inside a vast and glowing cloud, a star is being born, and with it, the potential for 1,000 new stories. The universe is not empty, it's blooming, silently, forever. Fact 9. You are moving through space at 1.3 million miles per hour. Right now, as you sit perfectly still, you are racing through the cosmos. Earth spins on its axis at about 1,000 miles an hour. It orbits the Sun at 67,000. Our solar system itself orbits the center of the Milky Way at nearly 500,000 miles per hour. And the Milky Way, it's hurtling through space toward the Andromeda Galaxy at another 600,000. Add it all together, and you are moving through the universe at over 1.3 million miles per hour. Yet you feel nothing. No wind, no motion, no rush. Because everything around you, the air, the trees, the oceans, is moving with you. It's one of the universe's quiet miracles. We live inside constant motion, but experience stillness. Every heartbeat, every breath, takes place on a planet, spinning and soaring through infinity. A journey so vast, it makes every step we take a part of the universe's own migration. You are not standing still. You never were. You are the traveler and the vessel, the stillness and the motion, moving forever through a universe that never stops moving through you. Fact 10. The center of our galaxy hums. Deep in the heart of the Milky Way, 40,000 light-years away, there's a sound no human can hear. It's not a melody, not a rhythm, but a hum. A deep, constant vibration that pulses through the fabric of space. At the center of our galaxy lies a supermassive black hole called Sagittarius A Taut. It weighs 4 million times more than the Sun, and it sings in gravity's voice. When matter falls toward it, it heats up and emits radiation, waves that, when translated into sound, become a haunting, low-frequency tone, a cosmic bass note, echoing through time. NASA once converted those signals into audible frequencies. What we heard was a distant, resonant hum, like wind through stone, or the Earth breathing in sleep. Perhaps that's what the galaxy truly is. A vast instrument, and every star, every planet, every heart, a note in its unending song. And somewhere, in that symphony's deep silence, the universe listens to itself and hums back. Fact 11. There are rogue planets drifting alone. Not every planet belongs to a star. Some are orphans, cast out from their systems, adrift in the dark between galaxies. Astronomers call them rogue planets, and there may be billions of them, wandering silently through interstellar space. They were born like any other world, from the swirling dust of a young star. But somewhere in the chaos of creation, gravity betrayed them. A larger planet passed too close, or a collision altered their orbit, and they were flung into the void. Without sunlight, their surfaces froze. Oceans turned to crystal. Atmospheres collapsed into silence. And yet, they still exist. Whole worlds, traveling forever through the cold. Their only warmth, the faint radiation from their own cores. Some might carry oceans beneath miles of ice, kept alive by inner heat. Dark, secret seas that have never seen light. To us, they seem tragic. Planets without purpose, without home. But maybe, to the universe, there's something else entirely. It's wanderers. It's dreamers. Each one carries the history of a star that once loved it, and the promise that even in exile, there is beauty. The next time you look up at the night sky, remember, somewhere out there, a planet drifts through endless darkness and doesn't know it's alone. Fact 12. The moon is slowly leaving us. Every year, the moon drifts a little farther away, just under 2 inches, 3.8 centimeters. But over millions of years, It adds up. This gentle separation was discovered by bouncing lasers off reflectors left by the Apollo missions. The readings show a steady retreat. Earth and Moon are locked in a slow dance, but the rhythm is changing. When our planet was young, the Moon was much closer. So close that tides were enormous. Mountains of water rising and falling with every pull. The Moon's gravity tugs on Earth's oceans, creating tides that, in turn, slow Earth's rotation ever so slightly. That energy transfer pushes the Moon outward, bit by bit, as if love itself were giving it space. In another 600 million years, a total solar eclipse will no longer be possible. The Moon will have drifted too far to perfectly cover the Sun. Future eyes, if any remain, will never see that perfect ring of fire again. So every eclipse we witness now is a moment borrowed from the past, a cosmic coincidence that won't last forever. The Moon is leaving us, but not out of cruelty. It's simply obeying the physics of devotion. Orbit by orbit, it says goodbye in slow motion, a farewell written in light. Fact 13. The Sun will one day sing its final song. Every sunrise is temporary. In about 5 billion years, our Sun, steady, golden, patient, will begin to die. As it burns through its hydrogen fuel, its core will shrink, its outer layers will swell, and it will transform into a red giant, so vast it may swallow Mercury and Venus, perhaps even the Earth. But in its death, it will not go quietly. The Sun will sing. Its oscillations, slow, deep vibrations in plasma, will echo through its expanding layers. Astronomers already study these faint notes in a science called helioseismology. Each wave reveals what's happening inside, like a stethoscope pressed to a star's heart. When it finally fades, its outer shell will drift into space, forming a nebula, a cloud of color and dust. What remains will be a white dwarf, a small, glowing ember of everything it once was. Even in death, it will hum softly in infrared light, its last warmth slowly dissolving into the background of the cosmos. And billions of years later, atoms from that ancient star will find new homes in planets, in trees, in you. The Sun's final song will not end. It will just change instruments. Fact 14. There's a cold spot in the universe. Among the endless galaxies and glowing nebulae, astronomers found something that doesn't fit. A vast region of space, billions of light years wide, that's colder than it should be. They call it the cold spot, discovered in the early 2000s through measurements of the cosmic microwave background, the leftover light from the Big Bang. This patch of sky appears unusually empty, a great cosmic void. It's so vast that some scientists believe it might not just be a gap, but a scar, a remnant from a collision between our universe and another. Imagine it, two expanding universes, brushing past each other like waves, leaving ripples frozen in space-time. Others say it's simply a statistical anomaly, a region where fewer galaxies happen to form. But even that explanation is haunting. A place where creation itself simply paused. We may never know for certain. But if you could drift there, beyond the filaments of galaxies, past every known cluster of stars, you'd find yourself in true silence. Not darkness, not nothingness, just a quiet so pure it might be mistaken for peace. Fact 15. Space has weather. We think of space as empty, cold, still, untouched. But it isn't. the universe has weather. The sun constantly releases solar wind, streams of charged particles that sweep across the solar system at nearly 1,000,000 miles per hour. When they strike Earth's magnetic field, they create auroras, dancing curtains of green and violet light. But sometimes, those winds become storms. Massive bursts of plasma, called coronal mass ejections, can knock out satellites, disrupt power grids, and alter navigation systems. Beyond our solar system, cosmic storms rage across galaxies. Neutron stars emit bursts of radiation, so powerful they could erase worlds. Black holes twist magnetic fields into jets that span light years. Space weather shapes planets, carves atmospheres, and writes history in silence. The next time you see the northern lights shimmer, know that you're witnessing the touch of a solar storm that began 100 million miles away. A whisper from our star, reminding us that even in the calm of the cosmos, the sky still breathes. Fact 16. The universe might loop forever. We imagine time as a line, a straight road from birth to death, from the Big Bang to the cold end of everything. But some physicists believe that isn't how the universe works. They think it loops. In this view, space and time are not infinite, but cyclical. A cosmic heartbeat that expands, fades, and begins again. This theory, called the oscillating universe, suggests that every Big Bang is followed by a big crunch, the universe collapsing back into itself, only to explode outward once more. Creation, destruction, rebirth, over and over, without beginning or end. Even the equations of physics allow it. Gravity slows expansion. Dark energy pushes back. At some delicate point, the two forces may balance, and the universe might fold, turning time inside out, like the tide returning to the shore. If true, it means that everything, every galaxy, every life, every thought, has happened before and will happen again. Not the same way, but close enough to rhyme. When the ancient Hindus wrote of endless cycles, the yugas, the births and deaths of the cosmos, they might have been closer to science than myth. Maybe time isn't a march. Maybe it's a breath. In, out, a universe forever inhaling and exhaling itself into existence. Fact 17. Some stars are so dense a teaspoon would weigh billions of tons. When a massive star dies, it doesn't always vanish. Sometimes it collapses, not into nothingness, but into something too heavy to comprehend. These are neutron stars, the densest objects in the universe that can still be called stars. Picture a single teaspoon of matter from one. It would weigh billions of tons, more than every building on Earth combined. That's because inside a neutron star, atoms themselves have collapsed. Electrons and protons merge into neutrons, packed so tightly that a piece no bigger than a sugar cube could outweigh a mountain. Yet these cosmic corpses spin faster than bullets, sending out beams of radiation like cosmic lighthouses, what we call pulsars. Their rhythms are so precise that some scientists use them as natural clocks, ticking across galaxies. They are reminders that the universe keeps its own time, measured not by seconds, but by the turning of collapsed suns. If you ever feel small, remember this: even the smallest thing can hold the weight of worlds. Fact 18. Invisible particles pass through you every second. Right now, as you read these words, trillions of ghostly particles are passing through your body, and you don't feel a thing. They're called neutrinos, born in the hearts of exploding stars. They are almost massless, traveling near the speed of light, unaffected by most matter. Every second, billions of them stream through your skin, through mountains, through entire planets, as if none of it exists. Scientists once called them the particles that should not be. They were first theorized in the 1930s, but it took decades to prove they were real. Even now, they remain almost impossible to detect, tiny messengers from distant cataclysms. Each neutrino carries a story of a star that lived, burned, and exploded into brilliance. When you stand under the open sky, you're being touched by the last breath of those ancient fires. You are not separate from the universe. You are constantly bathed in it. Rays, particles, remnants of light that traveled billions of years just to pass through you. And though you'll never notice them, they notice you. You are part of their journey, a brief silhouette in their endless flight through time. Fact 19. Light from the Big Bang still touches you. The universe began with light, and that light never went away. 13.8 billion years ago, the cosmos exploded into being. For a moment, it was pure energy, a sea of heat and brightness. As it expanded and cooled, that light stretched into microwaves, invisible to the eye, but still everywhere. We call it the cosmic microwave background, or CMB, the oldest light in existence. If you could see it, the night sky wouldn't be black. It would shimmer faintly with the afterglow of creation. Astronomers have mapped it with satellites, painting a portrait of the infant universe, a glowing sphere of energy, rippling with the first hints of structure, the seeds of galaxies yet to come. And right now, as you sit in your room, that light is passing through you, every second, everywhere. The warmth you feel on your skin, the static on an old television, they are both whispers of that same beginning. The Big Bang didn't just happen long ago. It's still happening. Its echoes woven into everything. Every breath, every heartbeat, is made from that ancient fire, the first spark that never truly went out. Fact 20. There are stars made of diamond. When stars like our sun die, they shed their outer layers and shrink into glowing embers, called white dwarfs. At first, they shine with leftover heat, but over billions of years, they cool, and something remarkable happens inside. Under immense pressure, their carbon cores crystallize, turning into solid diamond, a jewel the size of Earth, drifting silently through space. Astronomers have found several of these, like Lucy, named after the Beatles song, a 10 billion trillion carat diamond star in the constellation Centaurus. If you could see it up close, it wouldn't sparkle like jewelry. It would glow softly from within, its light the last heartbeat of a sun. Someday, even our sun will join them. When its long life ends, it too will shrink and crystallize, becoming a diamond among stars. So somewhere far away, in the quiet depths of the galaxy, there are worlds not of rock or fire, but of solid light, the frozen music of a star's final song. Fact 21. The universe has no up or down. Look up. Now look down. You just performed something that doesn't exist in space. Up and down are inventions, useful illusions born on a planet, with gravity to point the way. But the universe itself has no preferred direction. In orbit, astronauts quickly learn this. There is no floor, no ceiling, no left or right. Objects float, and orientation becomes a matter of agreement, not truth. Even the Milky Way has no top or bottom. Its spiral arms twist through space, tilted and warped by gravity. Galaxies themselves spin in all directions, and beyond them, space stretches uniformly, without an axis, without a center. When cosmologists speak of the cosmic web, they describe filaments of matter and light, woven like silk through nothingness, intersecting everywhere, anchored nowhere. It's a beautiful paradox. We search for the center of the universe, but there isn't one. Because every point, including where you sit now, is equally central. The absence of direction doesn't mean chaos. It means freedom. A geometry where every particle, every person, every star is exactly where it belongs, with no above or below to diminish its place in the whole. Fact 22. If you could watch time fast enough, galaxies would flow like rivers. From where we stand, the universe feels still. Stars appear frozen, their light unmoving in the night. But speed up the clock, and everything begins to flow. Galaxies twist and stretch like ink in water. Clusters drift apart. Threads of matter pull taut and dissolve. Space itself ripples, expanding faster than any motion within it. Astronomers can simulate this dance on computers, condensing billions of years into a few seconds of movement. The result looks almost alive, a living cosmos. Its galaxies flowing like rivers, along invisible currents of gravity. Each swirl, each spiral, marks a story of creation. Stars form, collide, die, and scatter their ashes, which become the seeds of new worlds. And we, tiny, slow creatures, stand inside this river, unaware of its motion, because we move with it. Every atom in your body rides this current. Every photon you see was carried here by it. The universe is not still. It's streaming, changing, alive, and we are its slowest wave. Fact 23. The universe once glowed purple. Before there were galaxies, before there were suns or moons, there was only light. And it wasn't golden. It was violet. Roughly 380 million years after the Big Bang, the first stars ignited. They burned hotter and brighter than anything that came after, so hot that their light pushed toward the highest energies of the spectrum. The young universe glowed purple-blue, a color no one could ever see, because no one yet existed to witness it. Over billions of years, as space expanded, that light stretched and cooled, turning from violet to gold, then to the pale beige we see today. Astronomers call this early era cosmic dawn, the first time the darkness broke. It wasn't quiet. Radiation filled every corner, bathing newborn atoms in ultraviolet light. It was both violent and beautiful, a sunrise that lasted a billion years. Now, when we look at distant galaxies, we are catching echoes of that glow, the lingering violet heartbeat of the universe's first morning. Somewhere in that ancient light is the color of beginnings, the first hue ever to exist. Fact 24. Space expands faster than light. It sounds like a contradiction. Nothing can move faster than light. That's what Einstein told us. And yet, the universe itself does. When astronomers measure distant galaxies, they find some are receding so quickly that their light will never reach us. Not because they're moving through space, but because space itself is stretching. This expansion doesn't break the rules of physics. It's not objects traveling faster than light. It's the distance between them increasing, like points on an inflating balloon. At the edges of the observable universe, this expansion is faster than light. So the galaxies there are forever beyond our sight. Their light is frozen in the act of leaving, stretched into invisibility. What lies beyond those horizons is unknowable. Perhaps new galaxies, new physics, new universes. We live inside a growing mystery, a cosmos that keeps outrunning itself. And yet, somehow, its light still reaches us, crossing billions of years, just to remind us how impossible our existence truly is. Fact 25. Some black holes evaporate. For decades, black holes were seen as the ultimate end, traps from which nothing could ever escape. But even they are not eternal. In the 1970s, Stephen Hawking discovered something astonishing. Black holes can evaporate. Through quantum effects at their event horizons, they emit tiny amounts of radiation, what we now call Hawking radiation. It's unimaginably faint, so faint that no telescope can yet detect it. But over trillions upon trillions of years, it adds up. A black hole that devours stars today will someday shrink, its energy leaking back into the vacuum as heat until it vanishes entirely, leaving only ripples in space-time to mark where it once was. It's a strange kind of grace. Even the universe's hungriest monsters give everything back in the end. No destruction is complete, no darkness infinite. Everything, given enough time, returns to light. Maybe the universe doesn't need us to understand it. Maybe it only needs us to notice, to stop, even for a moment, and look up. Because every time we wonder, every time we ask why, the cosmos wakes just a little inside us. Thank you for drifting with me tonight. Sleep well, curious soul. And when you wake, remember, the stars are still shining, waiting for you to listen again.